Imagine standing on the brink of one of humanity's most profound discoveries, evidence that life might have once existed on Mars. NASA has just revealed what they call a groundbreaking discovery based on new findings from the Red Planet, and it's stirring excitement and debate across the scientific community. But here's where it gets controversial. While the data strongly hints at ancient life, it stops short of providing absolute proof, leaving room for alternative explanations that challenge our understanding. In July 2024, NASA's Perseverance rover drilled into a rock formation known as the Sapphire Canyon mudstone core, located in an area called Neretva Vallis. This ancient river channel, about a quarter of a mile wide, once fed water into Jezero Crater's lake, making it a prime spot to search for signs of past life. The core sample, taken from a rock named Chavaya Falls, has revealed minerals and textures that, on Earth, are often linked to microbial activity. However, the researchers caution that some unknown non-biological chemical processes could also produce similar signals. Acting NASA Administrator Sean Duffy emphasized the significance of this find. This is the closest we have ever come to discovering life on Mars. Identifying a potential biosignature on the Red Planet is a monumental step forward that will deepen our understanding of Mars. He also reaffirmed NASA's dedication to gold standard science, as the agency continues its mission to eventually place American astronauts on Martian soil. After drilling, Perseverance carefully sealed the sample for potential return to Earth, where advanced laboratory instruments, far more sensitive than those on the rover, can conduct detailed analyses. This step is crucial because some tests simply cannot be performed remotely, and bringing samples back could unlock answers that have eluded us so far. Delving into the mudstone, lead author Joel A. Hurowitz from Stony Brook University describes a fine-grained rock featuring intriguing circular patterns nicknamed leopard spots, along with small nodules embedded within layered sediments. Using Perseverance's sophisticated instruments, Sherlock and PIXL, the team mapped organic carbon alongside phosphate, iron, and sulfur, arranged in distinct, repeating patterns. Two minerals stand out in particular: vivianite, an iron phosphate, and greigite, an iron sulfide. Both are associated with chemical cycles involving iron and sulfur, especially in environments with little oxygen. These minerals typically form in sedimentary rocks deposited by water, not volcanic lava, which aligns with the history of the site. The Bright Angel outcrop, where the sample was taken, preserves layers and veins that suggest slow chemical changes after the mud was laid down. Why does this matter? Because the textures and chemistry indicate low-temperature reactions, conditions that are compatible with life as we know it. High temperatures tend to destroy delicate chemical signatures, so finding evidence of gentle alteration is a promising sign. On Earth, vivianite often forms where microbes reduce iron in water-rich sediments, trapping phosphorus in blue-green nodules. This process involves extracellular electron transfer, a way microbes interact with their environment. Greigite is commonly found where sulfate-reducing bacteria operate in oxygen-poor muds. Laboratory experiments have shown that greigite only appears in living, biologically active setups after months of incubation. The Martian rock exhibits a bullseye pattern. Rims rich in vivianite surround cores enriched in greigite. This pattern mirrors sequences of electron transfer reactions observed in some Earth sediments. However, it's important to stress that this doesn't prove metabolism occurred in the Bright Angel mudstone, only that the chemistry is consistent with such processes. This subtlety is why scientists use cautious language when discussing these findings. So, what exactly is a potential biosignature? It's a feature that might originate from biological activity, but still requires more evidence to rule out non-biological causes. NASA uses a framework called the Confidence of Life Detection, COLD scale, to guide claims about life detection. This approach encourages a step-by-step process. First, detect a signal. Second, exclude contamination. Third, consider alternative explanations, and only then, with high confidence, discuss the possibility of life on Mars. The Bright Angel discovery is at an early stage on this ladder. It meets several necessary criteria, but still awaits rigorous testing in Earth laboratories. For example, organic compounds can arrive on Mars via meteorites or form through nonbiological chemistry. The researchers acknowledge these possibilities and outline how future analyses, such as isotope studies and microtexture examinations, could help distinguish between biological and abiotic origins. Within the mudstone, organic carbon was detected in multiple targets. The mineral veins include calcium sulfate, and the rock remains fine-grained with low levels of magnesium and manganese. There is no evidence of intense heating that would have erased the subtle textures. The layered sediments were deposited by flowing water in Neretva Vallis, indicating sustained water activity that could have supported life. While the low-temperature environment favors life-compatible chemistry, it does not guarantee life was present. Abiotic organic molecules and mineral reactions can sometimes mimic biological patterns, which is why the findings are described as potential rather than definitive evidence. Nikki Fox, NASA's Associate Administrator for the Science Mission Directorate, emphasized this point. This is not life itself, but a potential biosignature. Harowitz echoed the caution, stating, "We cannot claim this is more than a potential biosignature." Yet, Sean Duffy highlighted the stakes, saying, "This very well could be the clearest sign of life that we've ever found on Mars." This careful approach is not about hedging, but about maintaining scientific rigor to avoid false alarms on such a monumental question. If the vivianite and greigite formed through microbe-like metabolisms, then Bright Angel captures a time when surface waters on Mars supported chemical processes similar to those used by some Earth microbes today. This would extend the window of Mars's habitability to when this part of Jezero crater was still wet. Alternatively, if abiotic processes created these patterns, the rock still provides valuable insight into how Mars cycled key elements like iron, sulfur, and phosphorus without biology. Either way, the findings contribute to the bigger picture. Mars didn't just dry out. Its chemistry evolved over time, and these samples allow scientists to track those changes layer by layer. Looking ahead, the study points to what measurements are needed next. Isotope ratios, microtextures, and the precise structure of carbon atoms in the core could help differentiate metabolic signatures from chemical lookalikes. The authors propose laboratory experiments and Earth analog studies to test whether nonbiological reactions can replicate the observed textures and mineral pairings. The pace of these tests depends on sample return missions, which will bring Martian rocks back to Earth for detailed study. Meanwhile, Perseverance continues to map where these features cluster and how they relate to nearby rock units. The rover's instruments, PIXL and Sherlock, have demonstrated enough sensitivity to guide this ongoing search, combining elemental maps with Raman spectroscopy to build a consistent picture applicable to other outcrops. As new targets are identified, the COLD framework will help communicate progress responsibly, ensuring that potential biosignatures are reported with appropriate caution until confirmed. This methodical approach is how a tantalizing hint of life can eventually become a discovery the world trusts. The full study detailing these findings is published in the journal Nature. Enjoyed this article? Subscribe to our newsletter for more engaging stories, exclusive content, and the latest updates. Also, check out EarthSnap, a free app by Eric Rawls and Earth.com, for stunning images and news from our planet and beyond. What do you think? Could these mineral patterns be the smoking gun for life on Mars? Or are we reading too much into natural chemistry? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below.